Hello and welcome. Tonight, we're going to travel back in time. We're leaving behind the glow of screens and the hum of modern life, and journeying to a place where the night was a vast, dark blanket, punctuated only by firelight and starlight. We're going to discover what sleep was really like for ordinary people in colonial America. So, get comfortable. Close your eyes. Let the sounds of the present fade away, and let your imagination step into the quiet, profound darkness of a colonial night. Part 1. The Coming of the True Dark. Imagine first the sunset. There is no electric switch to flip. As the sun dips below the tree line, the world doesn't just get dim. It is slowly, irrevocably consumed by shadow. Inside a small timber-framed house in a place like Pennsylvania or Virginia, the family is finishing their final chores. The air is thick with the scent of wood smoke, dried herbs hanging from the rafters, and the faint, earthy smell of the clay-packed floor. The last embers of the cooking fire are banked in the large hearth, a single pulsating heart of warmth and light in the encroaching gloom. A mother lights a tallow candle, a humble thing, made from animal fat. It sputters and smells faintly of cooked meat, casting a small, dancing globe of light that pushes back the shadows just a few feet. This is a precious resource. It will not burn for long. For most people, when the sun went down, the world shrank to the immediate circle of the fireplace. The night was not for productivity. It was for rest, for quiet conversation, and for listening. Part 2. The Sounds of the Slumbering House. Let's move upstairs, or into the loft, where the family sleeps. It's not a separate bedroom for each person. Often, the entire family, parents, children, perhaps a grandparent, or an apprentice, slept in one room, sometimes even in one large bed. The concept of personal, private space at night is a modern luxury. Listen to the sounds of this room. You can hear the soft, rhythmic creaking of the rope bed, supporting a mattress stuffed with straw or corn husks. It rustles with every slight movement. You might hear the gentle scratch of a mouse in the wall, a constant, tiny resident of the home. From outside, the world is alive with the chorus that we often silence today. The incessant, rhythmic chirping of crickets forms the bass line. A bullfrog croaks deeply from a nearby pond. An owl hoots, a low, questioning call from the deep woods. These weren't noises to be blocked out. They were the soundtrack of the universe, a reminder that the human world was small and the natural world was immense. Breathe in and out, and imagine the feeling of safety within this small wooden island of warmth, surrounded by the vast, sounding darkness. Part 3. The Rhythms of the Night. Sleep in the colonial era was often different from our single 8-hour block. Historians believe many people experienced segmented sleep. They would go to bed not long after dark fell, first sleep. Then, they would wake up around midnight for an hour or two. This was a time of quiet intimacy. A couple might talk softly in the dark. A person might get up to check on the livestock, stoke the fire, or simply lie in bed and pray. They might sip a small beer or read a passage from the Bible by the faint glow of the embers. This was the watch, a peaceful, contemplative interval in the very heart of the night. After this, they would return to their second sleep until the first light of dawn. So the night wasn't a void of unconsciousness. It had its own architecture, its own quiet, waking moment of reflection under the watchful eyes of the stars. Part 4. Dreams and Anxieties in the Dark. In this profound darkness, the mind could wander. Without the constant input of information we have today, the internal world was rich and sometimes fearful. Dreams might be filled with the day's labors, the feel of soil, the swing of an axe, the scent of baking bread. But they might also be shaped by the uncertainties of life. The rustle in the woods could be a wolf. A cough in the night could be the start of a sickness with no cure. The dark corners of the room could hide spirits, both benevolent and malevolent, in a world where the supernatural felt very close. Yet, there was also a profound sense of trust. Trust that the sun would return. Trust in the strength of the family unit, all grieving together in the shared dark. There was a deep bodily connection to the rhythms of the earth, to the moon phases, the seasons, the simple, undeniable need for rest, and then the slow, gradual return. Before the sun itself is seen, the black outside the single small window softens to gray. The chorus of night insects begins to fade. A single bird tweets tentatively, then another. This is the signal. The second sleep is over. The father might rise first, his bare feet on the cool floorboards, to blow on the embers and build the fire back to life. The new day begins not with an alarm, but with the ancient, gentle insistence of the dawn. The night retreats, the house stirs, and the cycle begins again. So as you lie in your bed tonight, in a world so bright and fast, remember the colonial night, a time of true darkness, of deep, resonant quiet, and of a sleep woven into the very fabric of the natural world. It was a time for the body and soul to restore itself, not against the world, but as a part of it. Let the feeling of that quiet, that profound and ancient dark wash over you now. Let the rustle of the straw mattress and the distant call of the owl be your lullaby. You are safe. You are warm. The night is for rest. Breathe deeply and let yourself drift back into a sleep as deep and peaceful as a colonial night.